Okay, so someone tweeted this out a week ago, saying that no NBA players even acknowledge Giannis for these performances, and it seems weird to this guy, right? The tweet did very well. Clearly a lot of people agree with him. I don't pay attention to Twitter that hard. But then, CJ McCollum and Spencer Dinwiddie had some things to say about this series. It made me think, maybe it's a thing. So the first one here is CJ saying, how many votes does Khris Middleton get for Finals MVP? And the replies, Giannis is leading both teams in points, rebounds, blocks, steals per game. Yeah, pretty much. You guys love to hate on Giannis. And Twitter has convinced themselves that the NBA is against Giannis. Now, CJ did tweet this afterwards, but it was after the Twitter thing came at him a little bit. Like, he does think it's Giannis, but it's just like, it really shouldn't even be a conversation. Honestly, the Spencer Dinwiddie one is the even weirder one. Just thought of an interesting what if. Giannis is out for Game 6 because of contact with Thanasis. Bucks win. Does Khris Middleton get Finals MVP? It's like Spencer Dinwiddie just made up a fan fiction so Giannis doesn't have to get Finals MVP. The Giannis hate amongst NBA players is real. I don't think it's hate, but he certainly doesn't play the high school game, if you get what I'm saying. And then we had LeBron, who was making it pretty obvious he wanted the Suns to win, which there's nothing really wrong with this. It's just when you put it together with the other stuff, it's kind of funny. Also because he hasn't had a single tweet about the finals since this. And then we had this one. Did a single NBA player tweet about Giannis' lob after it happened? When other stars do something like that in a regular season game, it's everywhere. I mean, yeah, like it was an all-time finals play. I don't know where it ends up on the list of finals plays, but I mean, you start writing it down, you might get to that play before you really think you might, if that made any sense at all. And this isn't to say that NBA players have to tweet whatever, it's just like, is it not a little weird when you start putting it all together? This has nothing to do with it. Maybe it does, I don't know, but I just want to call out Kendrick Perkins a little bit. I also want to give props to this person. So Perkins is like, Giannis goes to the bench, Bucks play different, it cuts into the lead, don't mind me though, and this guy says you're so wishy-washy. Every couple days it's different with Giannis, which it is, and it's really annoying. Like, what is Kendrick Perkins' actual opinion on Giannis? Because one day it's like, Middleton's actually the guy, next day it's Giannis is super dominant, like which one is it? Drew has been incredibly clutch this postseason. Oh, this was back when the Heat had those weird yellow jerseys. I thought they were playing the Pacers for a second. I'm like, what's going on here? Where's the step back against the Nets? Here it is. I remember this one. This one was massive when that dropped in. His defense on CP being potentially the biggest thing. I mean, it really... It's kind of like Scotty picking up Magic full court levels of stuff. 41-year-old Pau Gasol with the putback slam. Here's Pau right here. He gets it through Bam, which is kind of funny in a way. Possible lane violation, I don't know. Team USA, they won the last one. Keldon Johnson was awesome. I still don't really know how I'm going to do post-game reactions because the games are legitimately at 8 in the morning. I don't wake up in time for that. I don't know what I'll do. There is an expectation that at least one of Bledsoe or Steven Adams will be on the move this offseason. If the Pelicans find a home for Adams and then stretch Bledsoe, that opens up $30 million in cap space. So you're telling me that Zion is putting so much pressure on this front office that they might have to stretch Eric Bledsoe? I mean, I'm not even saying it's a bad idea. Like, if you have to get that aggressive, then okay, do it. It's just crazy to think. Because stretching a guy, especially when he's on the last year of his deal, because I'm pretty sure his contract is partially guaranteed in the last season, it's never a good thing. I mean, you're operating at a lower salary cap than every other team. Perhaps not a coincidence, there's a rising buzz. The Pelicans plan to enter the race for Kyle Lowry. Well, there you go. What if that was their Chris Paul-esque move, where Lowry shows up there and everything just clicks, and the Pelicans are suddenly one of the best teams in the West? Can we rule it out with Zion and Ingram? I mean, if you get the stuff around those two figured out right away, given that you've already got your top two options for scoring, I'm just saying, like, they could have a pretty crazy jump if they added a guy like Lowry.